Welcome to Blackfeather Guild. Before we go in and say hi to the cast and get started with the show, I wanted to talk very briefly about viewer actions and a little bit about sponsors. So first off, there's a number of ways that you can actually actively participate in the show through viewer actions. One of the easiest ways to do so is through retweeting the game tweet. You should see that somewhere in chat if it's not in there already. But you just click on that link and hit retweet, and for every 5 retweets that we get on that, it will add a bonus to the cast pool and the game master pool. Now, in most cases, that's going to be an extra d6 that they can add on to any roll. Basically, a great way to use that is if a player is almost meeting a DC, but they're just not quite there, they can grab one of those d6s from the cast pool, roll that, and then add that to their roll. Basically, is how that works. Same with the GM. So that's one of the easiest ways that you can participate that way. Another way is through guild coins. That's our Twitch channel points. If you look at the rainbow colored icon, it should have the Blackfeather Guild crest on it. It should be right below your Twitch chat box. If you click on that, it'll show you all the different things that you can get with those. The biggest one being plot points. Now plot points, you can see an example right over here. They all work pretty much the same way. It's just a matter of how big of an impact they have. So for the example, when we've got 2 plot points, the player of your choice gets something moderately helpful or unhelpful. Enter any suggestions for the GM into chat, or you can have the GM come up with something entirely on their own. So just choose if you want it to be helpful or unhelpful to the party, and that's kind of how you can use them. You can throw in your own suggestions as well. How those work: 1 plot point is something trivially helpful or unhelpful. 2 is moderately, 3 is very, and 4 is very to the entire party. So if you want to do something to help the entire party or really throw a monkey wrench in their plans, 4 plot points will do that. So that's guild coins. And then finally, we've got donations. So if you want to help out with keeping the lights on in the place, so to speak, there's a number of ways that you can financially contribute. One of those being coffee.com/Raven or raven.rocks. You can see both of those examples down there at the bottom. Those are the addresses to do direct donations. You You can also do Twitch subscriptions or bits. Those work the same way. And then finally, Patreon. We've got a Patreon, which you should see in chat here any second if it's not there already. And our Bard tier patrons and higher get credits towards viewer actions every month that they can use on any show that they would like. You just have to let us know in chat how you want to spend those, and then we'll hand those out. So some very cool stuff. Before we hop over to see the cast, one last thing to mention is a couple things on this chart here. We've already covered the D6 and the plot points, but the triple crits, what that means is you can gift auto critical successes. And you can, it's triple because you get 3. You can divvy those out however you'd like. You can do 2 to the cast, 1 to the game master, all of them to the game master, however you want to do it. So they work much like the D6s. The cast members just grab that when they're available and they really need them and use them. So it's pretty cool. And then finally, the last one, introduce an ally or enemy NPC. Just give us a brief description of what you want this character to look like, kind of their character concept and a name, and let us know if you want it to be an enemy or an ally to the party, and the GM will basically take that and run with it. So really cool ways that you can participate. Lastly, I just want to take a quick moment to mention our sponsors. If you look at the logos down below, that's who's sponsoring this episode, and we'll talk a little bit about that before we introduce everybody as well on the next scene. So yeah, check all this stuff out and thank them for supporting us, and thank you for being here and watching. Let's go say hi to the cast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the exciting penultimate episode of La Famille Boucherie. Today, we are going to get into the plans and what we will begin to see if our if our vampires are going to be successful in overthrowing the Camarilla leads of the city and creating a safe haven for anarchs and other possibly unsavory folks. So before we begin, let's go through our players and let each of our lovely cast introduce themselves, tell you who they'll be playing, and where you can find them at. So we are going to start today with Manicourse.
Oh, hello. My name is Tawny, or at Manicourse. You can find me on Twitter, but I'm never on there again. Who am I playing? I'm playing Terrence Schaffer, a quote-unquote archaeologist back from the turn of the century between the 1800s and 1900s, who definitely didn't do as much grave robbing as everyone else says he did. Anyway.
Grave liberating.
Yeah, I may or may not have been sponsored by what is now known as the British Museum, but we won't get into that. Hello.
Excellent. Senor? Sinatra, man, my brain, it is 4:15 in the morning, y'all. I'm sorry. Sinatra, please.
I go out of my way to make it difficult. So yeah, I'm Kat. I play Sinatra, who is like jazz age kind of musician person, who was the first Sinatra, and rubbed elbows with a lot of like really underground, well-known people, and somehow found themselves in New Orleans for the first time, which is probably not the first time, but it's the first time he remembers. Or they remember. I'm bad with my own pronouns. This is not.
Oh
this
boy.
This does not look good.
Yep. All right. Nat.
Hello, I'm Nat or Natatui. You can find me on the Black Feather Discord, but I'm a bit of a internet hermit, really. I'll be playing Amira Fontaine. Amira is a ambitious lawyer with a bit of a mean streak in her.
Excellent. And last but not least, the one, the only Michael Wayne.
Yes, I'm Michael Wayne. You give me a clip, I'll give you a GIF, and I'll playing Junkyard Joe that understands and appreciates a deal, such as like you can get one with grindingcoffee.co, or you can get 15% off your order with the code RAVVYN. So I'm here to make a good deal, be the muscles, and really be here for them and Fundamental RPG. Great sponsors, great people. Can best plays, you can get a minigun on sale.
13%. But yes. Not 15, 13. Don't want to do any false advertising there. Yeah, okay. And I'm Zen. I'm running this delightful little adventure into the dark underbelly of New Orleans. And before we begin, just our normal disclaimer that darkness lies ahead. La Famille Boucherie is a program that embraces the night, the darkness within it, alongside the darkness within each of us. As such, this game may feature content that is troubling or triggering to some viewers. If you are sensitive to certain topics or monstrous themes that may arise during play, please proceed with caution. Otherwise, we invite you to share our story and bask in that which makes us human and that which brings out the inner beast in us all. Laissez le bon temps rouler. Let's let the good times roll. So, where we're going to pick up tonight is where we left off. A dimly lit kind of scholarly sanctuary beneath the big and hungry. We have 6 vampires in the room: Terrence, Joe, Sinatra, and Amira, alongside their, we'll say, guide, Lazarus, who is kind of in charge of this little excursion, and who has revealed, and Father Iago, the advisor of the prince, who has revealed himself to have devious intentions. And as the camera begins to roll, Lazarus looks at each of you and goes, so, do we have any ideas for how to make this dream of ours a reality?
I will say that my professional expertise is getting people out of a situation, not in. But usually, like, the best way to do it is you go at their intelligence and their supplies, such as where they have their eyes and ears. Eliminate that, then you disarm them, going where their supplies of armaments are. That way they can't see where you're coming from. They can't fight you very well, and that way you can just knock them out. That seems like the best route to go, but I'm not well intelligent on the area to know what would be the intelligence center or where we can get at a whole lot of destroying their resource. I know a guy to get some resource. I don't know where their resources are.
I might be able to get us in. I'm pretty good at getting into situations. Horrible at getting them out.
We have already established, haven't we, that the Scourge, along with our newfound associate here, are the pillars propping up the establishment, yes? Well, I have some intel on where one of the main ghouls of the Scourge resides. Perhaps we could use them against their master.
Okay, that sounds like a good first step. That'd be where we go at it. Sinatra helps us get it in there. I help us get his help. That sounds like a good ballpark idea. What about our intelligent friends? What knowledge can you actually give us that would be helpful on the situation? Because maybe you know about the architecture of the city and know some weak points.
Well, if you're looking, this is Father Iago goes. Well, if you're looking for anywhere to get somewhere in the city unseen, that's easily done.
Tunnels?
Sewers.
Sewers or tunnels?
They are indeed, and not all the Nosferatu in the city are loyal. Rats tend to keep to themselves for the most part, though ones who live in the catacombs are a little different. But the
Doesn't
ones
really-
who...
I was gonna say it doesn't really sound like anybody's really loyal in this town. Let's be honest.
Well, I think it's more like people pay their debts, and after that, they don't really care.
Seems accurate.
So, what's the plan with this ghoul of Miss Graves?
Well, I have some abilities that involve manipulating the mind. I don't know what exactly this school could be manipulated to think or do, but does anyone have any ideas?
Well, I would think maybe manipulate them into giving us information?
What information are we looking for?
Well, where we could blind and declaw them. Because I figure that sounds like you want to disable what the prince can do before you take on the prince, which seems to be the objective that Iago seems to have here.
Well, if it comes to declawing the prince, we're going to need to take out his scourge.
I have dibs on that, okay?
I mean, okay, but getting her alone, I think, is the first step there.
Yeah, but I don't think we can get to them alone unless we disable the eyes that would prevent us from sneaking up on them. So
Well,
we need to have
alone-
that pincer attack to have a
Yeah.
chance.
Or perhaps we could employ the use of this ghoul to be eyes that see only what we want them to see.
That's a good point. Though, do we need to get any supplies or anything before we do that? Because that sounds like a good plan.
Getting to the school shouldn't be too difficult if Amira knows where they are. Question is, how do we want to use them to weaken the support for the Scourge?
I do, but perhaps it may just be a matter that they know where their master resides. Do we have any contacts among the Daywalkers? Perhaps we could use.
Oh yes, we've got are you talking about the Thin Bloods?
I am.
Oh, there are pestilence in this city. There are plenty that I could call in.
I feel like using them to perhaps strike the Scourge while she sleeps would perhaps be a wise idea.
I feel like that also puts us as a way not to get out.
How do you
Well-
mean?
That kind of means like if they're asleep means we either gotta be awake and risk certain death,
No,
or
just
we wake up with the possibility of, oh, we have everyone knows where we are because they killed them and they're coming after us, which I'm good at that. A fiery escape is fun, but it's just, what are your objectives here to take over? Feels like that's not going to happen if we're running away.
well, we get one of the Daywalkers to do the deed.
Iago. And Iago steps forward and goes, I think you might find that Graves might be more than a match for a few Daywalkers, but
Sure.
I know she has a backup haven, and I know where the backup haven is.
Oh, I like what you're thinking there.
Then we have to compromise the main haven somehow.
With
We
a
may
bunch of fucking
compromise the
Daywalkers.
main haven and perhaps have something waiting for her at the backup haven. A little surprise, if you will.
interesting, though. Do they have any like magical things? Like those with the whole magic-y thing and the
She
cult?
doesn't associate with the Tremere.
Oh, okay. Then I see this as a good plan then.
Do we have eyes in the Scourge? And I'm looking at Iago kind of knowingly.
I could probably find out some things within a limited scope. What would you like to know?
I don't know that I need anything at this particular moment, but it would be good to know whether or not we have that as an option, if it makes sense.
Where would the Surge go to retrieve their weapons?
Oh, the Scourge is armed. The Scourge is always armed. The
No,
Scourge is back.
I'm not talking about their regular weapons. I'm talking about their special ones, because anyone knows, like, you got a big thing to protect you. They got something special saved for a special occasion. I know I do.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Scourge is not quite like you. She's bound by an old school of honor. She likes to handle things personally.
Yeah, but
She
doesn't have like a particular sword that keeps for special occasions and such. So I feel like they wouldn't leave that behind when the whole thing is compromised, which would allow for an ambush and thus can attack them. You know, that's just my thinking.
Why would you have a special sword when the sword you use every day? The sword she normally uses is silvered.
Good point. Dang it. Sorry. Like, I have special silver bullets for special occasions, so I figured, oh, you got swords, you'd have special silver swords for occasion.
I mean,
My special silver sword is for every occasion.
Yeah, she dispenses away with. She doesn't find much use in
Subtlety?
dramatic reveals and meddling around with letting you think she's weaker than she is. Her intimidation is half the way she gets her strength.
What if we convince the... Oh. Is everybody muted?
No?
Oh, okay. Anyway, what if we found a way into the Scourge's ranks and ate it from the inside? Is that something that might require more time than we have?
I think so, yes. I don't think she would just allow anyone close to her for any sustained period of time.
Iago nods.
Unless someone was their type, but I don't think a lot of people would be their type.
I think if she allowed herself to be swayed by such matters, then she would not have held her position as long as she has done.
Well, it depends. Like, if you're really good at your job and you do have something on the side, roughly anyone that would threaten it is eliminated.
She has been the Scourge longer than the Prince has been the Prince. She is in the role that she sees fit to lead.
Oh, I'm gonna need a special bullets, is what you're saying.
This would not be an easy kill, even if we do everything correctly.
And there is certainly no way that she can be turned to our cause.
Blood binding is always a thing, but it's fickle.
You see a big just smile get bigger and bigger as this conversation is going on Joe's face.
Don't get cocky, Joe.
I don't think we have the time for a campaign of persuasion and seduction. I think we must strike while we can. It's just a matter of how we strike and how we perhaps use this ghoul to engineer an advantage.
Sounds like a plan to me. Tell me what you'd like from me, and I'll see what I can do. But my time here is growing a little short. Wouldn't want people asking questions about where I've been.
Drew, like me, I'm just wanting to know locations of where to strike. So, can you do that for me?
Sure. The Yago writes down an address and says this is the location of the Scourge's backup haven. I would not recommend assaulting the proper haven, as it's pretty well fortified. If you can find a way to relocate the Scourge, that would probably be your best bet.
And takes the paper and like pulls out like a little pen. Like, is there anything in particular that enrages the Surge, so that maybe kind of like we might have a Matador situation?
She is generally fairly level-headed. The most that I can recommend to you is do not engage in close combat.
Okay, I won't use that then. I'll use my big guns then.
If you can take her out without her being aware, that would be your best bet.
Yeah,
Traps,
but where's the
maybe?
fun in that?
Fun is not dying.
She's not a woman who enjoys fun. Fun for her is ripping your head off.
I gotta admit, that is satisfying.
Well, if there's nothing else you need from me, I believe I have a party to attend to.
Just one question.
Party.
So this is the backup haven. Where is the main haven? Do you know the location of that too?
It could be one of a few places.
Well, then I would welcome your options.
I think if you've got a means to get in touch with her ghoul, you might know more than I would. After all, the master's got to be fed. And what good is cattle if it's at the wrong house?
That is true. Well, thank you for your assistance.
Of course, of course. Always happy to ingratiate myself in new management. And he walks up the stairs, closes the bookshelf behind him.
Hey, Captain Kangaroo. What is the chance that this is a double bluff?
Well, he's a little tricky, but I think we can trust him as much as you can ever trust a prankster. No offense meant at all, Sinatra.
I thought Sinatra was a musician, not a trickster.
What's the difference?
Trickster can't play well.
I was referring to the madness that is common in the blood of the Malkavians there, Joe.
Thank you for clarification. That is much appreciated.
Lazarus just kind of rubs his nose for a second.
I apologize.
I'll have you know that I knew Captain Kangaroo, and you are no Captain Kangaroo.
That is honestly very comforting to hear.
I thought that's because he killed Captain Kangaroo. That's why he's got the title.
Me? Never.
That is how the title works, isn't it?
Well, with captains, I would think. Like anything else, I'd think was earned, but like you killed a kangaroo or you killed Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
You kill Captain Kangaroo or the queen of one of the courts, and then you get to be the new ruler of the court. Never mind.
Are
Oh,
any
that
of us
sounds like
old
fun.
enough for Captain Kangaroo? Just.
No, you're not.
I'm only aware of it from my parents.
Yeah, same. I just like it's a hairstyle. That's what I know it as.
Oh, I know it more of just from the puppets because it was a cheap knockoff, but we're derailing the plot.
Anyway,
I have no
Uh,
idea what you're talking about, but I'm sure it isn't important.
just Google Captain Kangaroo and look at his hairstyle.
Okay,
I think
All that you need to know.
what is this Google? Does it have an ooh and then a Google?
I think we had better focus on the matter at hand. The internet will still be here, I am assured, when we succeed.
We just need a sponsorship from Captain Kangaroo, and then
Nah. I'm sorry. It's not going to go well. We already got a great sponsor with grindingcoffee.co. I don't think we're going to get better than a 15% discount, though I may be wrong and it's a 13% discount with the code RAVVYN.
All right,
Okay,
so
what is our fucking
getting
plan?
getting back on track real quick.
So you were making fun of me,
No, I was
Lazarus.
No, I was pointing out that your kind can be fond of pranks, but I think we are in a safe. So I think we're in as safe of a bet as we could be with Father Iago.
Okay.
No judgment.
You
just
seem
an
a lot more
observation.
trusting of him than I do, but that's
Oh no. I don't get me wrong. I don't trust him as far as he could throw me, but I am aware that some deal of trust has to be placed in some for a certain amount of time for things to get going.
how do we know he doesn't want to just eliminate all the possible threats?
Well, he came to visit us instead of the Scourge tonight, and we've all seen what the Scourge does. Since the Scourge was the one who led the attack that killed off the other half of your coterie.
You gotta admit, like, the search had some style there, so.
Well, I trust your judgment, Lazarus, so I don't think we need to linger on this point any longer. Shall we proceed to this ghoul that I've located?
Sure, though, you want me driving or do you want me shooting?
I don't think we were planning on going in there all guns blazing, so to speak.
Oh, I was just meaning more position in the vehicle, but...
Well, I will not be driving, certainly.
Okay, then I'm no driving.
Very well. To the car, everyone.
To the car!
And you all make your way down the road. Amira, where's the ghoul at?
Ooh, the ghoul lives. The ghoul lives in. The ghoul is a police sergeant. And lives near the local police station.
Okay. So you arrive at their house. Getting close to midnight.
Yep, I think we would be planning.
No, it's probably a little bit later than that because the ceremony was tonight as well, so it's probably getting pretty late in the evening. You're at the apartment. How do you proceed?
So this is where the ghoul lives. His name is Stevens. He is a police sergeant within the local force. He is a loyal servant to the Scourge, one of her favorites, I'm assured. Do any of you have any ideas as to what we can do with him?
Well,
how we can turn him
think,
against her?
Okay, I feel in this situation I'm going to probably be playing the bad cop, and someone along us needs to be probably the good cop. Yep, and someone needs to kind of like direct me when I should punch.
Amira, I believe you had a little bit of dirt on this cop, correct?
Oh, a little bit. Yes, I almost forgot.
Do
Yes.
you still have that finger of someone he killed in self-defense on you?
Let me see if I brought it with me. She'll spend
Are
some
you
moments kind of leafing through.
are you
Um,
sure it was self-defense? Because that doesn't seem very realistic.
No, I highly doubt it was self-defense.
Oh, okay.
Semantics. And she's leafing through a little kind of executive satchel. And eventually she pulls out a little box. And within that box is a very disgusting finger, somehow preserved.
And you see Lazarus reach for it and go, excuse me, I'm a little bit modest. This is
Do you need a bag? He pulls
no,
out a paper bag out of their coat.
no, I don't, but I'm afraid you might. And you see as he touches it that Lazarus's uh, shape begins to alter, and you can hear the sound of bones crunching as they rearrange themselves under his skin. And he shrinks down a few inches, normally standing solidly over 6 feet, getting to a more average 5'9" or so. Packs on some of the weight, adjusts itself to his stomach, and he has a little bit of a beer belly. And his eyes have changed color. He's lost a few teeth, and as he picks his head back up, the vertebrae snapping, you see a hole open in his forehead and kind of spread out just a little bit.
Oh, do you want me to carry you on my shoulder so that way, like, you can fake dead, and then I can slam you on the table, and then we all act like you're not moving to freak out the guy?
Generally, I'm led to believe that zombies are a little more scary than corpses.
Yes, but the thing is, if like we all act like it's just regular normal, and you're moving around, that's gonna think like it's all in their head. See, so that way, not only are you creeping them out, you can also head the discussion in a way you want it to do. While we seem to be acting like, oh no, it's a dead corpse on the ground. It's not moving to us.
Why don't you go ahead and make a manipulation and persuasion check, Michael?
Oh, good, because this character is gonna fail. I don't think they have any in that. Yeah, persuasion and manipulation.
Yeah.
Oh, goody! Let's see how badly they fail.
First roll of the session.
Okay, so it's a 2 success.
2 successes, not bad. And Lazarus looks at you and just kind of goes, do the rest of you have any thoughts on this?
Well, it's absolutely ridiculous, of course.
I think I'm like observing, like I'm trying to look into the hole in Lazarus's head.
You see brain.
Okay, so bad idea. But this is why we ask, so that way we get the bad ideas out of the way, so all we have is good ideas left.
Yeah, zombies it is.
Very well. Joe, would you like to take care of the door?
Oh, thank you. He bows before probably like grabs hold of the door and like just rips it off.
Do you have how many dots in potence do you have?
I think to level 4. Like I don't know how many dots
Jesus,
that is.
fuck me.
Like again,
Let me look real quick. Yeah.
Like I'm good if you just want to, because I was thinking that would be silly. I'm good with if you want to say they try to and they fail.
Where
That's also funny.
Where do you write these things at, Michael?
And the powers, and then you do the down. I just don't remember if I put the right amount of dots to get it to level 4.
Okay.
Powers. Do the drop down of the triangle. Body, powers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna say. So you should have 4 dots instead of 1 right there.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, with prowess and 4 dots in potence and 3 dots in strength. Yeah, that door is a remnant. It is just a memory. I think you could probably just lift it off of the hinges and set it gently aside if you wanted to.
Yes, that's what they do, because I feel that's the funniest thing. Just tore the door right off and just gently next to everyone.
Okay. And so Lazarus says, "Well, uh, is this where I enter, or Amir? Would you like to take the lead on this? Sinatra, maybe. I'm anticipating catching out, and then you hear a bang, and you see Lazarus's head kind of lurch to the side and stay there for just a second before it picks it back up. Yep, that is about what I was expecting.
Was that your bang?
It was like top bang.
I think that was, if I had to take a guess, I would say that was from a 9 mil. Yeah, probably a 9 mil.
All right. Can I casually walk into the apartment?
Sure. Why don't you make a presence and what is it? Etiquette roll.
Okay. Presence is down in disciplines.
No, sorry, not presence. Not presence. I did not mean presence. I meant charisma. Sorry about that.
Charisma. All right.
You can use presence if you would like. You can, if you have all, you can use all to affect the roll. Or daunt. You could really use either of them depending on how you wanted to enter, if you wanted to be intimidating or non-threatening.
I want to be really non-threatening.
Okay. Do you have all or do you have daunt?
I don't think I have either because I never did that.
Okay.
I don't know what.
So when you pick a discipline, normally you pick a power associated with it.
Okay.
So you could.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have awe.
Okay, cool. So we'll say that you have awe then, and so go ahead and roll charisma and etiquette and give yourself a +1.
Etiquette. Charisma. Submit. 1.
All right. With 3 successes, you hear a voice from inside go, "Who the fuck are you?"
I'm your new friend. We're gonna be best friends.
And Joe
because
is
we have a mutual friend that we want to get in touch with.
And Joe just kind of like saunters in right behind them, just like, "Oh, you better listen to this person."
Amira's going to stay kind of behind the other two, but she's just going to whisper, someone needs to cover the exit, the back escape route.
I'll go.
Cannot. Thank you.
Terrence, are you trying to go stealthily?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll a dexterity and larceny check for me?
Indeed.
Or dexterity
Will
and
you...
stealth. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to do that. Sorry. Sorry about that. Terrence, oh man, come on, mouse. Wish you would work. Okay, so that's going to be stealth. And we'll make it larceny. And we'll say there's a gate. And dexterity. No modifiers. So 2 successes. and you're able to kind of open up the latched gate and get inside. You can see a window where you do have a view of the officer's back.
Okie dokie.
And so the three of you are in, and Lazarus walks in with a fresh bullet hole in his head and goes, "Hello, old friend. You haven't seen me for a little while, have you? I'd love to have a chat." And as he speaks, you can feel dominate issuing forth from him, and he slowly lowers the gun reluctantly and sits on the couch. Does anyone have awareness higher than awareness of 3 or higher?
Nope.
I do.
Sinatra, you can see that he has wet himself.
Ew. I'm glad you told me that because I was about to like curl up next to him and like be very friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And so I probably wanted to do that, but then I noticed that and I'm not really into it. So I sit on the arm of the couch.
Okay. He seems frozen in place. How do you all want to proceed?
First of all, if no one else is getting the gun, Amira is securing the gun and just pocketing it.
Okay. His fingers are tight on it, but you can kind of break his grip.
Oh, I thought he dropped it. Sorry.
No, he lowered it, but
He
you
lowered
can
it.
definitely pull it from his grasp.
Yes, she will do that.
His eyes are kind of the only thing moving at the moment.
Joe lets out kind of like a little like growl, like "Urgh." Just hopefully like you better do what she's wanting to do.
Go ahead and make a presence. Not presence. I keep wanting to say presence. It's not a stat. Damn it. Why don't you make a manipulation and intimidation check for me there, Joe? Okay. So yeah, it's a little intimidating. Nothing too much. He seems thoroughly intimidated at this point. Kind of not a whole lot else you can do. He says through clenched teeth, "Who are you?"
I don't see how that's any of your concern, really.
I slowly, all right, I very quietly kind of start humming the Who. That song.
Okay.
I'm just here for decoration and ambiance.
We're here about a mutual friend of ours, a Miss Graves, I believe. I think you two are well acquainted.
You're one of them. She's gonna rip your heart out, you know.
And that, like, Joe just like slams a fist down on probably like a can or something that's in there, just destroy it, like saying, like, maybe like that's not your big concern right now.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength and intimidation check for me there, Joe. Okay. That should one success. One success. Yes,
Yep,
it's
one success.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you bring your hand down on a beer bottle and just turn it to dust under your hand. And he quiets down for a second. What do you want?
like I said, here to have a little chat about our friend. So, first of all, what is it she keeps you around for exactly? What is it you do for her?
Make a manipulation and persuasion check, unless you feel like it should be intimidation. Are there any disciplines or anything you want to employ?
Just out of intelligence, because they're trying to figure out certain information as well.
Not for this. Not for this. No, it would have to be. It would be a social stat.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm very happy with manipulation and persuasion. I think she would activate or would that affect it? It would, wouldn't it? I cannot find my or page.
Does that require a RAL check? I think it's free. I think it's free.
Okay, great. And then I will make the roll.
Whew. That's a success.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big old success right there. And she goes, I keep an eye on the Second Inquisition.
Interesting. So you have access to their communications, you know their movements, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Trump up charges against them, make sure they're not on the streets.
My, you are very valuable, aren't you?
That's why she keeps me around. Why she's going to be real upset at y'all.
Oh, did I say we were going to harm you in any way? We're just having a nice friendly chat.
And he pointedly looks at the corpse that he shot in the head that's standing and smiling.
Oh, apart from that. I mean, come on, you must forgive a little theatrics.
He is silent.
So, anyway, do you happen to know where Miss Graves calls home?
What are you going to do to her?
Well, like you said, she would rip our hearts out in an instant. We just want to have a talk with her as well. We have no ill malice towards her.
Lazarus walks forward and goes, I think we can make him a little more pliable. And looks him in the mouth and says, open. And he slowly opens his mouth and tilts his head back. And Lazarus reaches an arm out, cuts his wrist. You see dark, coagulated blood oozing in chunks from the kind of necrotic vein in his wrist, sliding down his throat.
Joe just gives a dirty look of like, you didn't ask for consent.
Amira looks very confused at this concept.
Yeah, this is why we have the content warning on this game. And as he swallows a few gulps, his pupils dilate, and he relaxes his shoulders a little bit. He says, "You're not gonna hurt her, are you?"
No, of course not.
Does it look like I'd ever hurt anybody?
No. No, it doesn't.
We just want to have a nice, civilized discussion.
She's at her house on 3rd Street tonight.
I see. Thank you. Do you know if there's any kind of entrance protocol? You know, is there a particular doorbell or something like that?
She usually only answers to people she knows. But the doors are bugged. There's cameras on you as soon as you get within 100 yards.
I see. And this is where she is most of the time, yes? A secure location.
Basically a fortress, yeah.
You know, I heard a little rumor that the Second Inquisition had somehow got wind of where she called home. Perhaps they were planning to do something tonight, make a move against her.
And he looks shocked. You think they are?
Well, I would think you'd know all about that.
Why don't you make a... would you say this is manipulation or charisma?
Oh, I think it's manipulation.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and make me a manipulation and persuasion check again. Keep in mind that you do have 7 automatic successes and 6 extra dice laying around.
And 2 1-ups.
Yeah, yes, in case you suddenly die from lying badly.
That is 4.
That is 4. Kind of looks at you and goes, I don't think I'm going to be able to stop him tonight. Could you all make sure she's safe?
Oh, you can trust us with her safety. Don't you worry about that. But I think I'm going to need you to be a little more active in all of this. How do you normally contact her?
We have a secure line.
Okay. I would like to activate Mesmerize, which
which
is
automatically succeeds on a human. But go ahead and make your rouse check.
Okay.
And you will be reminded, like Joe said something about blinding them too, so that might be pertinent as well.
So you successfully mesmerize, and you feel the beast in your belly asking for more. It's helping you. You should help it.
Yeah, later perhaps. So, Amira is going to get his eye contact and not let it go, and she's going to say, "You will contact her 15 minutes after we've left, and you will tell her that there is an impending Second Inquisition attack on that main haven location tonight, and you recommend that she seek immediate sanctuary."
And he just nods.
Amira will nod and stand up, and with the air of someone concluding a business transaction, will hold her hand out.
And he shakes it.
Yeah, and she will grip it firmly, and she will make to leave. I think we are done here.
I follow Amira out.
And Lazarus walks over as he's still paralyzed on the couch and goes, I'll be seeing you in your dreams, boy. And walks away.
I think like Joe is probably the last one they sees. Drops like probably a gold coin on the table for walking out, and picks up the door and puts it right back on the door frame.
All right.
Turns away from the back window and then it disappears.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to see this whole exchange going down. You can't hear them unless you employ auspex. But
Well, I figured I would just like I notice everyone leaving, and then I just like tap on the window, wave, and then disappear.
he seems solidly surprised at another person hiding behind the window.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, and you all reconvene out front.
Lazarus, you were right. That was a better idea than what I had. Good job.
There's a reason people pay me to be in charge. And you hear the bones cracking again and the skin shifting as Lazarus resumes his original shape.
Good, good. Hopefully that good gold coin's enough to repair their door.
I don't think it's going to cover the therapy.
Yeah, but does anyone really ever afford therapy?
An
Anyway,
excellent question.
we have some time now, but I suggest we move to the secondary haven location and await her arrival. Unseen, of course.
Sure, though, do anyone want to stop by any places on the way to get additional resources or anything?
Are Starbucks a thing here?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a blood butts?
No.
Lame.
Unless you have the iron stomach merit or the iron gullet. I forget what it is exactly. Starbucks will be immediately vomited after
Sham.
considering.
Disappointment.
I know. It's awful. Well, think of it this way: you have to pay so much for it, you get to enjoy it twice. Once on the way down, once on the way up.
Oh, great. Then I'm good. We can just do whatever. I have no more requirements.
Okay.
Okay,
So
just wanted to make sure because I know a guy.
Well, perhaps we should lay some kind of trap.
Okay, do you want the physical traps or the magical traps?
Any kind of trap that would weaken her.
with this one, I think perhaps something tangible would be a better idea. I worry about the mental stability of someone as old as Graves.
Okay, so I got a guy that does mines, and I also got a guy that does a lot of silver. So, which would you prefer?
Well, silver is useless. We're not dealing with a wolf here.
Okay. Thought it interfered with a lot of people's healing, or is that just me?
Well, it depends if you're one of those cursed with a folkloric bane.
Understandable. Okay. Well, I guess just general mines to trap them in a location be good enough?
What about...
Yes, go ahead, Amira.
I was just thinking, what about phosphorus rounds or incendiary rounds? Anything like that?
Ooh, I got a guy in particular that does a little bit of one and the other. He even has a special phosphorus mine if you're wanting to pay a little extra.
I mean, we've already got phosphorus ammunition by the dozens. Do you
I know,
not
but
remember
like,
that incident back at the club?
I know, but I'm talking about like a boom, kind of boom. That's different than a bang.
What about like a claymore? Can we do like a phosphorus anti-personnel claymore?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, like that. I got the guy. Like, bit on the shady side, but it's along the way.
With a phosphorescent anti-personnel claymore, how could you ask for anything other than shady?
Oh, you know my heart too well.
Oh, that sounds like a lovely plan. Why don't we be on our way?
Okay. And probably drives everyone to kind of like the shadiest part of town to a little alleyway where a guy with like a big like overcoat goes, "What you buying? What you selling?"
Jesus.
Oh, not a whole lot, but okay. Just back and forth. Like, and mechanically, how much are you willing to be okay with what we grab?
If you expend 2 resource points, I'm fine with you snagging a phosphorescent claymore.
Thank you.
Okay. So that
Um,
just leaves me with one with my witchy friend then,
okay,
resource wise, correct?
sure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You mind throwing in a little extra, little pepper and some? Okay, you got it.
Okay.
Joe, we have not unlimited time here.
Like you just see like Joe like carrying all this into the trunk and just like, hey, closes up.
It is, in fact, Joe just already has all this stuff, and we've gone to a random alley with a mirror, and he is talking to himself.
Yeah.
I like that even better. It's like goes back and forth. I just
Okay, so I think that's where that scene goes, and I think as you make your way down to Madame Graves's haven, I think that is a perfect place for us to take a break.
yes, we're making our way downtown.
Son of a
Close it up.
bitch! Yeah, so thanks so much for hanging in there with us, everybody. We're going to go on a quick 5 to 10 minute break to stretch our legs, bio, and take care of all of our human non-vampiric needs. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. Just a heads up for chat. If there are any questions you have for the cast that you want us to answer at the end of the game, go ahead and drop those into chat now, and we'll pick some and answer them as we do our game wrap-ups, just so we appear a little bit less monstrous. Because we promise we're not all bad people, just me. Okay, Raven, can you take us to the break screen, please? Bye. Thank y'all so much for hanging around with us throughout that break. We are back with the exciting second half of our penultimate episode of La Famille Boucherie. Just a heads up before we go that darkness lies ahead. La Famille Boucherie is a program that embraces the night, the darkness within it, alongside the darkness within each of us. As such, this game may feature content that is troubling or triggering to some viewers. If you are sensitive to certain topics or other monstrous themes that may arise during play, please proceed with caution. Otherwise, we invite you to share our story and bask in that which makes us human and that which brings out the inner beast in us all. Laissez le bon temps rouler. Let's let the good times roll. So, where we had left off, you all were making your way down to the secondary haven of Madame Graves with a new phosphorus claymore in hand.
And extra kind of like bullets or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we need to be really careful going in here because she is definitely going to have the place wired for sound. So we have this claymore. Normally I would say put it by the door, but the door is going to be watched and probably alarmed and many other things.
Just
Well-
as a reminder, Terrence, you do have the ghost in the machine power. So
do?
yeah, you are
Yeah,
not
make
traceable
technology
by.
fuck up.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
make technology fuck up just by being around.
So I can go sneak around everything and fuck it all up.
Theoretically,
Yeah, but that's a additional warning sign. So
Well, I think it may be like kind of like if anyone else is okay with, because I feel like, oh, I'm generally the idiot of the group. If you and me are just like, you could be, we do the walk around it, and you keep just like anyone shows up going like, come on, this is not the right direction. Come on. I'll be the idiot like that's lost, and you've been trying to corral me in the right direction, and then oh, it doesn't look like someone's actually been trying to scope out. It's someone going in the wrong direction.
okay. The thing is, we could potentially get her car going in. Essentially, maybe bury it under the road somehow, or hide it in the road. You know, under a dead armadillo or something. And we could potentially make her car explode, and that we don't have to get super complicated.
Yes, it is
I think that
preferred.
feels more like a reuse or regular clay mine for that, which I got more of than the one ultra special spicy phosphorus mine.
That's fair. Though a phosphorus mine would make a car blow up more efficiently.
And
Yeah,
would tear a kindred more.
but you got to keep in mind like the explosion radius. Like that's the phosphorus isn't going to be expanding with the explosion like without that car being in the way. Like it's that dispersal of the phosphorus I'm more concerned with than the explosion.
Okay, you can keep your phosphorus claymore. It's fine. Anyway, Amira, does that sound amenable?
I mean, is there a clear driveway that we could plant something?
yeah, you all do see there is a driveway with a. It's a pretty nondescript house, but there is a like a carport with a driveway.
Okay, I want to not be on the property if at all possible. So potentially a turning into the driveway. Do you know what I'm saying?
We don't want
Lazar-
to
Yep.
harm anyone else, though, or cause too great a scene.
Oh, I was thinking it was some sort of remote thing that we could detonate instead of a pressure-sensitive thing.
Yeah, there you can like make it explode from a distance. That's a you can do either.
But we can do it remotely and not like pressure-sensitive.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Amira?
That is fine with me, but I'm not the explosives expert around here.
That's fair.
Yeah, like you want the one little bit of area where they turn into, so that way, like you have not only the car itself, but you have them flipping towards the building instead of towards the road or any extra collateral.
Yeah. Basically. Sort of.
Well,
Tell
that can
me,
do.
Tell me, Joe, how much do you know about the effectiveness of this item against one of our kind?
Well, again, a lot of actual mines, like they're more to destroy kind of like the equipment or kind of disperse the actual people. Like roughly like that's our regular ones. Like it's going to disable a car. They're going to have to come out of the protection of the car. Reason why we have a phosphorus mine is for it to have a great dispersal rate when it goes off.
Why don't you make a technology and intelligence check for me there, Joe?
Oh, technology is evolved that way?
Yes.
Okay, because I didn't know that and was wanting silly. Would you be okay if, like, I changed that one dot in occult to technology? Because I did not think that would apply to any.
Sure. That's okay. Don't forget you do have 6 extra dice and 7 automatic successes lying around.
I know, but like we still got next episode. Got to
Yep.
give that dramatic tension before our death. Okay, so technology and
Intelligence.
oh, my worst stat too.
Gotta have intelligence if you're gonna be blowing shit up.
Yep.
Or else you're gonna get blowed up.
It's a
Okay.
one success.
Yeah, you would know that ammunition, generally speaking, is not the most effective against Kindred. Given the 700 pieces of ammunition inside a claymore, that they are a little bit more effective than the average bear. Any amount of fire that you could add to the explosion would just make them more lethal. If to put it in like technical terms, the claymore would deal lethal damage, and the phosphorus claymore would deal aggravated damage.
Okay, is aggravated more or less?
Aggravated is real bad.
Okay, so aggravated is worse than lethal.
Yeah, aggravated is what the sun does. It's what fire does. It's what werewolf claws do. Aggravated damage is real nasty and real hard to heal.
Yeah. And I feel like the phosphorus might also be like that's our, because I think at most we got only maybe 2. I didn't count. I probably should have count how many mimes we have.
I think we probably only have one phosphorescent mine.
Yeah, one. You only have one phosphorus. Those are against the Geneva Convention, so they're not easy to come by.
Fairly certain that vampires would also be again. Never mind.
There's always IEDs, and we're getting off track.
There's always the anarchist cookbook.
Yes, there is. A great read for every 13-year-old out there.
I really wish like I could remember more of that. Oh well. Now again, it's more like the mines themselves to get them out of the car. Or it's like that's the idea there.
Lazarus speaks up and goes, I don't mean to call your expertise into question there, Joe, but if we can kill Graves before she gets out of the car, I would much prefer that.
Well, that one would actually require us to mess with the car itself and a different thing. Like,
We
you-
don't have this option.
I mean, like I said, if you have phosphorescent rounds going into a car's gas tank, the car is going to explode.
yeah, but isn't the whole plan? We get them out of the car, they don't have anything protecting them, and then phosphorus rounds.
Well,
Of a
what kind of sniper abilities do you have, dear?
I got 0 sniping. Okay,
We just
I'm heavy
want her
arms.
dead. The mana really isn't important. As quickly as possible is
Yeah.
preferred.
There's no Anna in this fight. The Anna is we can discuss Anna when we're having a celebration on her grave.
Graves is grave. Sorry.
But we really
Yeah.
must get a move on and plant it.
Yeah, because I don't think I can keep driving in circles here.
Yeah, we need to put the. Where's my armadillo hat? Sorry.
Well, I would think it's in, and right there in your pocket next to your raccoon hat.
So anyway, did we come across any roadkill on the way here?
Sure, it's New Orleans. Yeah. There's
Okay.
roadkill. There's dead babies. There's a lot of stuff.
Well, I don't need a dead baby. I need a roadkill.
What about a dead baby alligator? They're a lot easier to carry than grown alligators.
Ooh, you add in a little bit of nails in that, people just think that's teeth exploding on them too.
That's good eating.
Hmm.
Right. Well,
Anyway.
can we get this mine in this raccoon and get it planted, please?
Oh yeah, that's no trouble.
Okay, I need someone to make me a Jesus. We're gonna say wits and craft check.
Does Terrence have any craftiness?
Terrence, I don't believe is terribly crafty. Terrence's craft is 2.
Okay.
I got
Oh.
1 and a both.
Terrence's roll would
I
be
have
5.
4 wits and 0 craft.
Terrence's
Okay.
roll will be 5. Terrence rolls.
Does anyone have more than 5 in a combination of wits and craft?
No, mine are mostly in firearms.
I mean, it makes sense because this is Terrence's idea anyway.
Okay. So, Tawny, do you want to expend any extra dice or any any automatic successes?
Do I get to know what the successes needed are?
You need it. You don't botch on this is a really good one. If you botch, it will explode.
Use everything.
The more successes that you have, the more well hidden it will be.
Okay, I will. How many more successes do we have?
I think y'all have 7 automatic successes.
I'll put 2 automatic successes into there if everyone is okay with that.
Yes, as you're reminded that the GM has 10.
Oh, God.
I'd put 3 in.
Okay,
Well-
I'll put 3 in.
Okay, yeah, y'all just want to fuck with me here. All right. Well, we'll play this game. So intelligence and craft, not intelligence and craft, wits and craft. Sorry. This is stuffing armadillos with explosive is not something you study in school. No modifiers. Okay, so that is 6 successes.
Dope.
All right. So you feel that you have pretty well fully stuffed this armadillo with claymore. What is y'all's plan for after the claymore explodes?
We should each have a gun, and we should attempt to take out Graves as soon as she steps out of the car, if she steps out of the car.
Okay, now are you wanting your standard 9mm, or are you wanting something bigger bang with your phosphorus round?
I mean,
I got enough for everyone. I'm just asking for your choice to pull out of the bag.
I'm good with whatever. I don't know. I don't think Terrence has particularly much in firearms.
Terrence has 1 dot in firearms.
Well, Joe gives you a 9mm. Okay, so
Okay.
who else wants a 9mm or a revolver?
A revolver? What the fuck do you ever? Never mind.
It's fun. It's bigger bang for your buck.
I think I'd want a longer ranged, whatever the longest range you have is.
Ah, so you're more of the assault rifle fan.
Yeah.
Or the rifle.
I'm not a shotgun. I don't live in a shotgun shack.
Okay, and pulls out like this assault rifle for you.
All right.
Okay. Given the nature of phosphorus rounds, it'll be a bolt action.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
full auto and phosphorus is not necessarily a good idea.
Oh, okay. I did not know. I was just thinking it's just different types of bullets.
That is a really fair point. I'll take the revolver. I feel like Terrence would like revolvers. He's old.
Okay, so you got a revolver and a 9mm then.
Yeah.
I will
yeah.
take a 9mm, but I am quite concerned about the blast radius and how far back we need to be.
Well, car air plus explosion, so you got the gas. So I'd say at least 2 buildings away. Okay, so you got at least enough to see and within range, but like I'd more go with a building away. That way at least you got a nice perch and still can gun them down.
Just a friendly reminder from DM to the Setites playing. Y'all's bane is bright lights.
Yay!
So the round after the explosion might be a little bit difficult for y'all to see things.
Do you have a welding mask? No welding mask.
Let me see.
I'm gonna say you don't have a welding mask.
Again, he just is like going through there and just goes, no, I do not. I'm sorry.
My character always has a pair of sunglasses.
Okay.
Probably on.
Okay.
But there's got to be a pair of Can I roll for preparedness?
I think you probably have some sunglasses lying around.
But yeah.
That's fine.
I think that's the wrong game too, but yeah.
Would you be okay with like dark safety glasses?
Yes, but I feel like Terrence had at one point found because Terrence wears those round glasses, and he found like those clip-on things that you can put over top of your glasses and put down over top, and was just like infatuated and wears them all the time now.
Okay.
I don't have anything like this, so I would welcome any alone you can make.
All right.
I got safety goggles here, which we probably all should have one, and puts on his own, like, because we're dealing with explosions, and you want to make sure you got proper eye protection when you're dealing with explosions.
So as this conversation is happening, you see a car pull up.
No, run!
Move now.
I'm moving.
I need
Is there a
each of
tree
you
line
to.
that I can disappear into?
I need each of you to make me a dexterity and stealth check, please. You each will need at least 2 successes.
Zan, are you rolling for me?
Oh no, I was not, but I will.
I have 3. So is whoever doesn't have success, are they just hiding behind a box? Like Splinter Cell, or
They're hiding behind a window.
Tommy, you have 2 successes. Amira, you have none.
Oh no.
How do y'all want to proceed?
I found a really cool vantage point where I can use my bolt action rifle.
Yeah, you are solidly hidden.
I feel like I disappeared into a tree line.
Oh no. Okay, so since you have 2 successes, you can either be out of range and hidden, or in range and not hidden.
I'm gonna go with out of range and hidden.
Okay. Amira.
Can I pilfer 2 successes?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
All right. So I think we're down to
Very little.
5 automatic successes. Or no, 5. Yeah, we're gonna say 5 crits now. And yeah, that's going to leave. So are you in range and hidden, or out of range, or in range and not hidden, or out of range and hidden?
Out of range and hidden,
Okay.
and somewhere where I can, avert my eyes, basically.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. So, there were. Let's see, how many successes on that craft roll? There were 5 successes on the craft roll.
I think there were 6, sir.
There were 6. Sorry. Which is good enough for them to have not noticed.
3 on mine.
Yeah, that was on your stealth. You are solidly hidden. So as the car pulls into the driveway near the armadillo corpse, what happens?
Who is explaining this?
I'm asking y'all. I don't know who has the detonator.
Like I would think it's Tawny since it's their plan, but like if you just want to press the button and I can give you a description if you want.
Yeah, I have the detonator. Wait, do I have the detonator? Okay, I'm watching. I have the detonator. I wait for the car to get into range over the thing. I close my eyes and duck behind a tree and hit the button.
Okay.
I flip my dainty little circular sunglasses over my regular little circular glasses.
Okay.
The car rolls over, and in a spray of armadillo shell shrapnel and many other kinds of shrapnel, the pellets from the mine go into the car, hopefully through the engine, and generally wreck shit.
Yes.
Do you want to give more of a description, Michael?
Like again, like I can give you where like as it's going up, it punctures the gas tank, as well as turns it into a cinder box. But like again, that's about all like that's different from you. Like you did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. No, I was looking at the number of dice and was like, that's a lot. Yeah. So the armadillo explodes, and in a massive fireball, and the winds. Well, for those of you watching, the windshield shatter. There is a deafening boom. The passenger side, the far side doors are ripped off the hinges. You hear a moment of screaming from inside the car and see some shapes moving around as the car then explodes.
Joe, what did I tell you about putting C4 into the fucking mines?
Again, you hit the gas tank. That's gonna have explosion there. What do you expect about that? You just got fire and gas. What do you expect?
Should have used diesel.
Yeah, so that thing goes up like a tinderbox. You see one shape fall out of the car and quickly turn to ash, and you see another shape leap from the trunk,
Ooh,
still kind of ablaze, holding a sword and looking very, very angry.
good.
I
Can I
shoot
shoot
the. Yeah.
it?
Can
Uh,
just like I do a couple shots on that person that came
Joe
out.
and Sinatra can both get shots off,
Yeah, not a
since Amira and Terrence are out of range.
I think I'm going for like a headshot,
Okay,
like through the eye.
go ahead and give me dexterity and firearms. That will be the same roll for you, Michael.
Okay, and would you be okay with more of the Godfathers and multiple shots, like through the knees and arms?
I think that'll depend on how many successes you have.
Okay, I'm good with that. I just wanted to make sure that would be okay because I'd like the failure or the success be based on trying that. No
Uh,
modifiers, correct?
Tell you what, if you, for every one dice that you take away from your pool, I'll give you one extra point of damage.
Okay, say that again.
So for every negative modifier that you give yourself, I'll give your gun an extra point of damage. So
So -1 or -2.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, like I'm figuring like that's funnier if it's a -2. That good with you?
sure. I'll give you enough rope to hang yourself.
Okay, so that's 4 successes.
Okay, yeah, that'll do some stuff. As the shape leaps out of the car, sword in hand, it takes a round from Senor. I keep saying Senor, Sinatra, and in the chest, and stalls for just a moment, and takes several rounds to the knees as it buckles and is smoldering on the ground. You see it attempting to stand up. We're gonna see how this goes. Give me just a second to roll some dice, because it is an old vampire, so she does get some cool stuff. Okay. That would be another one. Okay. 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 All right. So it as is anyone doing anything to follow up, or
Joe is primarily just like after that is surveying this scenery to see if like there's anything more, but like is just like primarily just going on anyone that is alive and comes out, focusing primarily on disabling shots.
there is no activity coming from the vehicle anymore. The vehicle is solidly on fire. The figure has ceased smoking and is on the ground.
Are we confident that everybody that was inhabiting this car is dead?
You saw one person fall out and turn to ash. The figure that is lying down is not ash. So you
Do
would
we
know
know
that
how many people were in the car to begin with?
You do not.
Joe is like primarily just in a stance where anything activity is bad, we'll start shooting some more. But allows for someone to go up to that person and give like final words or whatever, which is why they went with disabling shots.
Is there anything I can do with like power, like heightened senses, or like premonition to tell if there's anyone that's still kicking in the car?
Yeah. Do you want to invoke your premonition?
Sure.
Okay. You have a vision of a possum lying on its back. And as you go to try to move it, the possum leaps up and attacks.
Shoot her again.
I'm gonna put a bullet through the windshield.
Okay. Go ahead and make that firearms check. There is no windshield anymore, just as a heads up.
I'm gonna put a bullet through where the windshield used to be.
Okay.
Can Terrence come out of hiding and sort of like put a shot into the head of the person on the ground?
You can try. It's a little bit long. Well, how? I need you to make a willpower check for me.
Okay.
Amira would like to do the same, so shall I roll one as well?
You should need to. You'll need to make a willpower check as well. Setites and bright lights and fire. No es bueno.
Yeah.
Si, senor.
Oh, so I need to make your willpower check, Tony. I'm sorry. I always forget. Okay, so a willpower for Terrence. Okay. Yeah, I think you're both able to get close. So if you want to make a firearms roll, yeah, that'll do. So Nat, you're able to make a firearms roll without a penalty. So firearms and dexterity, and I'll make the same roll for Tawny. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, as you get close, this has got a fairly close range.
Amira would be trying to stay as far away as she could, so she quite happily.
What is Terrence doing?
Terrence is just trying to stay far-ish away and put a bullet into the head of the person on the ground that hasn't ashed yet.
Okay, so I need y'all to decide who is even and who is odds.
As far as what?
Go on, Tawny, you pick.
Yeah, I'm sorry, why?
She's going to go for one of us, I'm guessing.
It's GM reasons. It's good reasons. It's GM reasons.
All right, I'll go with odds.
Odds, okay. And so Tawny is odd, Nat is even. Nat.
Oh dear.
Go ahead and make a wits and awareness roll for me real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
3.
Let's see how she does. She's pretty garbage at this. Okay. You are aware that something is wrong right before the figure on the ground digs their sword in and launches themselves directly at you and lowers the sword in a bit of preternatural speed. Yeah. Do you want to try to dodge or anything?
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Okay. We can do that. So go ahead and make a dexterity and athletics roll for me.
Okay.
So you can try to dodge or you can try to counterattack. It's up to you. But if you want to dodge, you will need 5 successes or 6 successes to dodge.
Okay. I don't think I have anything to assist me with this at all. Sorry, was it athletics and dex?
Yes.
Yep.
And I think
Okay.
kind of like we have about 7 crits, but just wanted to double check since Joe had the guns out like surveying. Do you, as this moving, are they quick enough to like fire some shots at this creature?
I think we can resolve that after this quick little bout of conflict. So yeah, that will you attempt to move, and it's not going to be fast enough as you take. Ugh, what is that? Wow. A lot of lethal damage. You're gonna take 2 for the longsword and 4 for the strength, so 6 points of lethal damage.
So I haven't actually been this severely damaged before, but I have 5 health bars. Am I therefore completely
You would
torpor?
that would render you in torpor, yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
So the blade finds its way into your heart, and you all see Amira's knees buckle as this figure kind of lands on top of her. Joe, Sinatra, if you wanted to get a shot off, now would be the chance.
Yes, I do that.
Would you be okay with me just like using one of our crits to use on this?
Yeah, I mean that's a crit in this game is 1 automatic success.
Okay. So have that crit and then still roll, correct?
Yeah, so that'll be 1 success on top of any additional successes that you roll.
Okay. So would that just do a +1 for the modifier then? For using that crit?
No, you we'll just have that be a static. You only mess with the modifiers if you're using the extra dice, not the extra
Okay.
success.
Can I also try to unload my gun into her head?
Sure. You will have a -1 penalty though, since you are looking in the direction of the fire, and
Oh,
you are
well.
sight.
We do have a lot of crits, so you could do that so it's an even.
Well, it's either that or go full snake thing and attack her.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
I know, but that sounds like being in the way of other fire.
Could be.
That
Could be.
depends. Like, you don't know. Like, there could be some good shots. Sounds like fun, either way.
So yeah, your protean abilities are feral weapons, eyes of the beast, and shape change. Just as a reminder. Yeah, with all of those. Oh yeah, Tawny, did you want me to roll firearms on that?
Sure.
Sorry, I keep forgetting. Firearms and dexterity at a -1 charisma. Oh damn it!
You stupid bastard.
Firearms and dexterity at -1 is 1 success. Okay. Sinatra, I need you to make a rouse check for me.
Okay. What's that?
That'll be down at the very bottom of the sheet. Oh boy. So the you feel insulted at this thing's presence, and you hear the Madness Network laughing at you. And you feel compelled to start walking forward.
Uh-oh.
Because you got you only succeeded on your hunger dice.
Yeah.
This is not great. Michael, you absolutely riddle them with shots yet again. I'm going to do some rolls here. Oh,
Again,
no, that is the wrong.
Again, the whole goal is to make it so they can still speak, so they have a final word. So,
Oh yeah, I get you there, but yeah. Um, I think probably Terrence, being as close as they are, would see this. You could see the like as they are riddled yet again, full of holes from the onslaught of firearms. Still leaned over the body of Amira, the sword in Amira's chest. Uh, you see their wounds attempting to stitch back together and then abruptly stopping as they slump over the body of Amira.
Okie dokie, I think we got her.
anyone good with the healing or medicine to help take care of?
Amira? I don't know. Is Terrence any good at that shit?
Medicine?
Probably not.
Not really.
Well, anything to help, because I have like maybe some self aid stuff, but I don't think it'd be good enough to actually do anything. Then maybe at most just get them conscious. So
I'm really
I
good at
think what-
subterfuge. Could I make death believe that it's not time?
Probably not. But Lazarus does say, "Don't worry, I've got some blood, and I've got some blood in the truck. We'll try to get her back up on her feet."
okay, so do you want me to try my first aid kind of stuff or not?
I think we'll be okay. Just get the bags out of the truck there in the glove box.
Joe is doing so.
Okay. Is anyone going to investigate the two intertwined figures on the ground?
I will.
I want to like keep an eye on Joe with the gun out in case anything pops out.
Okay. Nat, just out of my curiosity, you don't have the stake bait flaw, do you?
Ooh, let me check. I do not.
Okay. Good. So yeah, as Joe gets back, yeah, you see Terrence kind of standing over the forms, and one of them is a horrendously burned, like you can see parts of her skull, graves, and a mirror that appears to be asleep, like blood coming out of her mouth.
Nice.
Okay,
Okay.
just gotta put more blood into them.
Well, let's get Graves away from. If Graves isn't Ash, then she's not dead.
Okay. So,
Yeah, Lazarus
Joe,
pipes up and goes, "It looks like she was trying to keep fighting and ran out of fuel."
Well, I don't know that we exactly want to talk to her, so can we just kill her?
I think that's a perfectly good idea. Who wants to take the honors?
if you don't mind, like it just puts the blood next down to him here. You mind if I use this new sword on them? Seemed like very nice.
I mean, I guess.
What role would it be to use the sword to slash the head off?
Well, they're prone. You can just do it.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's not the cleanest strike through, but yeah, you take the silvered sword and just cleave her head from her shoulders, and she turns to ash.
Nice. Very balanced. Like, very nice sword. Anyone else? I know, like, I did this, but, like, does anyone else want this? It's not my specialty, but it is really nice. So, but again,
The sword?
yeah, like, does anyone else want the sword? Because I figured,
mean,
like, I'm good range. Someone might need
let's
it close up.
let's get in the car and fucking go, and then we'll wake Amira up, and if she wants it, she can have it. All right,
Okay,
sweetie, get the fuck out of here.
okay. In the bag it goes, and over the shoulder
All right.
does a mirror go.
I think Terrence has been watching too much MTV.
Okay, and so you all get back into the car. Are you going to feed Amira one of the blood bags?
Yeah, before
All right.
going to the driver's seat.
Okay, Amira, with the aid of the blood bag, you will. Are y'all driving at the moment, or are y'all stopped?
Well, stop. We're doing this before we get into the car and drive away.
Well,
Okay.
we're getting into the car and getting the fuck out and kind of doing everything generally at the same time, if at all possible.
Is the car in motion when Amira gets the blood bag? I need a yes or a no.
No.
No, like we
No.
haven't started the car yet. Like
Okay.
Joe gave the blood bag to them before going to the driver's seat and starting the car.
All right, Amira, you come back to consciousness, and the beast is angry.
Uh-oh.
I need you to make a willpower check.
Okay.
Do I need to roll something? Because I gave the blood.
Nope. Well, that's not great. You do have some 6 extra dice just hanging around there. if you
Yeah,
want to use those.
let's chuck 2 of those in.
Okay.
I'm rolling these, yeah?
Yep. So go ahead and roll 2d10.
Oh dear.
You want to try to use a crit?
I'm gonna gift you 3d10.
Wow. Thank you. It's very generous of you. I think you know it just needs to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
meant
You know
to
what? Mira comes to consciousness and frenzies.
Oh God.
Okay, what do I need to roll to deal with this? Because I'm the one that gave the blood bag, so I'm probably right.
It depends on what you do. Are you going to try to restrain Amira? You see as she opens her eyes are entirely black, and Amira is not home right now. It is only the beast.
Okay. I'm gonna punch unless someone has.
Hey! I have an idea. What does my protean form look like?
It's a snake. It's a giant snake.
It's a giant snake. Can I turn into my protean form and essentially constrict her?
Sure, it's a rouse check. So I'll make that rouse check for you. By the way, Mira, you need to make a rouse check as well. Okay, so that is an extra hunger for Terrence then. All right. I need you to make another rouse check, Amira.
While that's happening, what is this? What is the rouse check?
It is Amira's using invoking the beast to heal her wounds. And we're seeing how hungry she gets in the process. I need you to make another rouse check, please. Each one of these rouse checks is taking off 1 point of lethal damage.
I can see why you said a distance was a good idea.
Okay. So you have 2 points of lethal damage left, Amira, right?
That is correct.
Okay. I need you to make 2 more rouse checks for me.
Okay. Sorry, I'm unfamiliar with this. I've not been this beaten up before.
Well, I think it sounds like you got down from 0 or near 0.
Yeah.
I think she got -1.
Yeah, you got real bad.
Oh, so one of our 1-ups got used.
No. You used a blood bag instead.
Okay.
So Amira, I think you have 4 hunger now.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. But you are as you're kind of staring there, seething, kind of steaming slightly as your wound, as the giant hole in your chest begins to reknit itself. Tawny, we're gonna make a Jesus shit. We're gonna make a strength and athletics check for you with your protean as a bonus die. So that will be 6 dice in total. Amira, I need you to make a strength and athletics check as well. Actually, I think brawl might work with this. So we're going to say brawl. Brawl and strength.
Just for the sake of seed, if this does not work, Joe's just going to try to punch to knock out.
Okay. Oh, how appropriate. You're Jesus fucking Mary. 3 dice on that. You all see Terrence morph into a giant snake. What does your snake look like, Terrence?
It's kind of gold and black scaled. And it is really big.
Okay.
It does not have a hood.
And it is completely bound Amira, keeping her stuck in place as she snarls and bites at the air and curses at each of you in a long dead language. And Lazarus just kind of looks and goes, well, I think we're going to have to drive for a little while and let this one cool down.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, back to driving for me then. But if it gets out of hand, I'm more than willing to punch.
Let's get back to the hideout.
I'm pretty sure I could constrict her into unconsciousness if need be.
She doesn't.
I also have dominate. Does that do anything?
It would be a contested roll on a vampire. It works automatically on mortals, but it's contested on vampires.
Put the key in the car and start the ignition. Gonna put the gas on the pedal.
So y'all make your way back to the Big and Hungry's basement. Probably by this time, Amira, you have come out of your frenzy, but you are so hungry. And I think that is where we're going to leave tonight's session. As Lazarus looks around and goes, well, I think the Scourge is out of commission. Now
Wait,
just to cut the head off this viper.
Do what now?
I didn't get a fist fight with the Surge, you're saying?
That's the one you used your new knife on it. Shut the fuck up, Joe.
The Scourge that took more than 10 points of aggravated damage. Yeah, that Claymore saved y'all's ass.
Yay!
Yeah, that car exploding helped too. So the Scourge, Lazarus goes, well, I think for now we need to rest and recuperate, and looks to Amira and goes, and get that one some grub. And tomorrow the Prince falls. How does that sound?
Sounds fucking dope. Sorry.
Okay, but you better I better get to punch someone this time, okay? Because if I don't, I'm punching you. Fair?
No, I'll break your hand.
Well, That just kind of makes it more encouraging now.
Can you stop talking and get me something to eat?
Oh,
Come on,
yes,
Gary, let's go
on
eat.
it. On it.
Okay, so we're going to leave it there, and we'll figure out how over the next week we'll figure out how y'all got to mirror some blood in the next hour or so before the sun starts to rise. And Sinatra, you hear a laughing voice from the Madness Network behind your eyes, and that is gonna be where we actually wrap up the game today.
Is it
For the
a
third time.
sinister laugh or is it an amused laugh?
It's a mirthful laugh.
So, hyena.
Not
Tiago.
quite. It's someone who is happy. Yeah. So chat, if y'all have any ideas for a raid cry, please throw those out into chat right now. And we are going to make the music happy again. Because I've had enough of the thunder rolling in the background. Not cooking show and graveyard. It's a no. Okay, so thank you all so much for hanging out and watching this penultimate episode of La Famille Boucherie with us. Let's go back through and let our cast reintroduce themselves, tell you what their favorite part was, where you can find them next, and let's see. I think today's question is going to be if you could have any animal as a pet, regardless of how difficult it might be,
Or
if you could have
illegal.
any animal safely and happily as a pet, what animal would you have? So we're going to start this time with Nat.
Hello, I'm Nat, or Natatui. You can find me on the Black Feather Discord. Apart from that, a bit of an internet hermit. Best part of today, I don't know, blowing up the car and just killing an elder vampire is always fun, you know. Relatively unscathed, really. And favourite animal for a pet? I like wolves, so I'd really like little Wolfie as a pet.
Excellent. And Nat, you're in a game coming up on Friday, right? Right,
I am
the weird
indeed.
hours between Friday and Saturday.
Yes, on Polished Channel, we have a new vampire game coming up.
It'll be very exciting.
Mm.
Michael. Same questions.
Well, like, favorite moment probably be easier is probably like, because for out of character, it's when Tawny said, "Oh, now it's not really talking to a person; it's not a friend, just talking with themselves." Like, that was a twist I didn't expect, but it's just so funny and good. The other one was probably been like every time, like with the group, like there was just like this bickering and talking once between ourselves, not really even focusing on what we're supposed to do. Yeah, we're supposed to kill someone, but we're gonna argue about it first. Like, everyone has like a good one, even like me arguing with you, Zan. Like, I'm okay. Like, if next episode I die, this is gonna be a fun way to die. For animal, like I'm torn either between the stereotypical for this, like a bat, and a turkey vulture. Like, it's like, if you had, like, when young, just have a little string attached to them and they always are nearby you, they're just like you can stroke and clean them with like a little toothbrush. Like, just so cute. But again, turkey vultures, on the other hand, more trouble. I'm Michael Wayne on Twitter and Twitch. I've been trying to do more streamings with PS4 with Fist of the North Star, Coffee Talk, and Horizon Walk and Dong. I'm not really sure you'll be able to find me on anything until the next season. Remember, we're all in this together. I'm pulling for you.
Excellent. And Tawny.
Me?
Ooh.
Hello. I'm at Manic Course on Twitter, which I check very occasionally. My favorite part today, I think, was probably when Sinatra made the lucky roll of just checking to see that the guy had wet himself and being like, "Oh, yep, I'm not gonna cuddle that." And if I could have any animal as a pet without being an asshole about it, I would probably have like a snow leopard. They're so fluffy.
Okay. Excellent. And Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I play games and do things. I also play Sinatra. Favorite part, I like the fact that I wasn't the only one who was accused of talking to themselves this round. So that was a fun part. I also got to shoot a gun, which is the first time no, it's not the first time I've shot a gun in an RPG, but yeah, that's a lot easier than like trying to buy weapons in D&D. So that's that. You can find me next Friday for the last episode of Where Things Go South here on this channel. You can find me at Cat N Schrodinger or Cat Name Schrodinger in a lot of different places. And if I could have any animal, like I realistically, like in the next 10 to 15 years, I think we're gonna have like domestic foxes that you can keep as pets, and I kind of like am really excited for that. But any animal would either be a serval or an ocelot. Like they're kind of like big dog-sized cats. I think they would be really handy around the house and would keep some of maybe the larger pests at bay.
Like little cousins.
Yeah.
If you get an ocelot, you have to name it Babu and then change its name to Buyer's Remorse at a later time. Yeah, little deep cut Archer joke there for the Archer fans. Yeah, and I'm Zan. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really enjoy telling this story and am excited to see if our little vampires are going to be able to take over the city from its ruler. I'm a professional storyteller and content creator for 5e, VTM, Powered by the Apocalypse Systems, a whole bunch of stuff out there. And you can catch me on Twitter at InsanityTTRPG or on my website, insanitygaming.com. That's for where you can find me next. I'll be on Friday, Friday US time, I'll be starting a new vampire game along with Nat and some other really talented players. And I'll be on Water later today and Brambleberry Games on Saturday. And then next week we'll have the finale for both Empires and Epitaphs and for this game, which is going to be very exciting. Yeah, don't forget y'all to watch Water later tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. It's going to be a super exciting time. And I think that's all. Oh shit, Pet. Man, if y'all know me, if y'all know me, this is not a shocking answer at all.
Be a sloth.
It would be a sloth. Yeah. No, I'm a big sloth guy. Just give me one of those big old three-toed monstrosities. I just want to. It would just want to cuddle me and snuggle me, and it only shits once a week, which is great. And even if I make it angry, the worst that it can do is say no, stop. So it's not really threatening. So definitely all about that three-toed sloth life. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us. I'm gonna pass the reins back over to Raven. Thank y'all so much for watching, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Fantastic. That was a wonderful episode. Thank you so much, Zan, for running the game and everybody for playing. Thanks to everyone for watching and Michael Wayne for the $15 donation. Much appreciated. And then finally, again, thanks to our sponsors, which you'll see in chat, Fundamental RPG and Grinding Coffee Company. If you go to grindingcoffee.co and use the code RAVVYN, you get 13% off your order. There's also a link there in chat to purchase the first edition of Fundamental RPG, and then the second edition should be coming out sometime later this year. So be sure to check out that stuff. Then we're gonna go on a raid. We're gonna go raid ITU Crew. They do a Star Trek tabletop game. Give them a follow if you're not doing so already. And then, yeah, like Zan said, catch us back here in a little over 3 hours for the penultimate of Water, where a lot of crazy, exciting things are happening in the episode tonight, so you won't want to miss that. And yeah, thanks again. See y'all later.